Hello everyone, Ron here from HEISTMAN'S Hit the Road. Welcome to our channel. Join us as we do the winter camping dance in Florida, otherwise known as the Thousand Trails Shuffle. Jacki and I are happy you're here and are excited to get the adventure started. So buckle up and let's hit the road. So we're going to Lake Magic, and we're coming from TTO. It's like a 10-minute drive. You have to wait an hour to check in, so you can't check it till noon. You have to check out of TTO at 11. So we're laid up on the way in about 300 yards short of the gate. See another camper coming behind us. He might go by later on. Usually I'll wait till about 20 of, and then I'll pull up to the gate. But these guys are going to go up and they're going to wait just outside the gate, it looks like. I might just pull up behind them, so we'd be second in instead of first. Doesn't really matter because you can't pick your own sites. They're all assigned. So the gate's down that way. Like I said, about 250, 300 yards. We're hung up here, and people that are leaving to go to TTO, they can't check in there. They have to be out of here at 11, like we had to be out of TTO at 11. And they can't check into TTO until noon. So they're laying up right over there. So it's common to do the Thousand Trails Shuffle down here in the winter. We're safely at our next destination, Lake Magic, down here in Florida. And it was a really short drive. About 10 minutes down the road, we had to lay up on the way in here because they don't let you check in till noon, but she let us in about 10 minutes early actually. So that's a good thing. Got a little bit of a problem with cigarette butts and some trash. I'll get that all squared away. I saw one over here. Yeah, here's an ashtray spill, it looks like, down here with these cigarette butts. But anyway, full hookups. We got a concrete pad, pretty level. Very level, actually. So setup was easy. We're gonna have a clear view of the sky. There's no trees. And yeah, we're happy to be here. Be here for 21 nights. Get finished setting up and make a go of it. There's one thing I have noticed already. If you're gonna complain about anything, well, maybe two things. But the first thing would be there's a drain grate right out here and it's loose. So when they hit it, clonk, clonk, pretty loud. We're out there on the road, you can see it. And OPKs running around, other people's kids. They're playing, so noisy like kids are. But hopefully they're good kids, and we should have a good stay. All right. Lake Magic, Claremont, Florida. So here at the site, there was a good trip point here, a little ditch. Still a little bit dipped, and I put some dirt in it. Kind of like just been scuffing dirt in. And this was all loose over here, like tires had bubbled it up. So I've been using my Frisbee to scoop it out of there and fill that hole. And there was a big hole here, really big. Found a little piece of firewood to put in there. And now I'm using that same dirt over there after I scraped all the loose dirt around it to get into the hole. But it's getting better before I put the carpet down. Definitely ankle getters. Don't eat any hidden ankle getters. if you have these pleated fabric shades in your camper, you've had them for a while, then you've had trouble with them. The cords wear out and they start breaking, and then the shade won't stay up. So I bought this United Shades kit, and they got strings and springs and connectors and all kinds of neat things. But the wider ones like this actually have, you know, strings here, strings here, strings here, strings here. You can see where this one's broken. But there's only one way to do it, and that's just to take it apart. Be real careful. Remember what you're doing. Take pictures if you need to, and just rerun the strings and tie them off. It's a pain in the butt, but you know, you can get through it. If you can't get through it, I guess you're gonna have to ask for help. But I'm thinking about changing the style shade we have, but not today. I'm gonna fix this one. Okay, I want to let you know what today's fabulous project is. So I want to talk about these accordion blinds. This is the rear window of our rig, right over the top of the rear, you know, pull-out couch. And this blind actually needs to be fixed as well. And what we did was we took the valances. Jackie didn't like them. She had me remove the valances. You see the valance in the curtains here. Well, these were on all the windows in the rig. And she didn't like the valances, didn't like the curtains. So what she had me do was remove the valances, remove the curtains, and put up the shears you see here. They're open now, but we did leave the valances over these two side windows in the back of the rig. And also there's 3 in our bedroom, one at the head of each side of the bed, and one at the base of the bed on the emergency egress window in the bedroom. Other than that, we've removed all of the valances and the original curtains and replaced them with just shears. So you know your blinds are failing when you have certain symptoms. Now, one of the most common symptoms is you can see it drifting down. It won't stay up. And what you'll see is, I'll show you. You'll see the strings are failing. You can see this string here. It's kind of hard to film and show you, but it's, you know, the coating's gone off it. You can see the core of the string, and it's all loose. And on this side of the window, you can see there's only one string coming down that's attached. You can see this other one's broken right off down here. And up here you can see here's one of the strings that are totally loose. I got my finger behind it here. Those are symptoms that show you when your accordion blind, the strings are failing, okay? Now here's the window over our dinette set where Jackie has her plants currently. And this is the accordion blind that I repaired outside. And as you can see, it's going to stay wherever I put it. The strings are tight. They're new. Now the strings that came with that repair kit that you saw outside, I'm almost out of those. And what I did was I ordered online some Kevlar string, which I'm hoping going forward will last longer than the replacement strings I bought with the kit, but time will tell. Like I said, a lot of people upgrade these, but they really don't owe us anything, you know, except for the cost of the string and the time I've got into them, and the time I continue to put into them to keep them working, which basically keeps me busy and out of trouble. So anyway, there's a little crash course on accordion blinds and some of the problems you can have. Hope this helps you out. Hey, so December 27th, it's our granddaughter Elena's birthday, and it's Saturday. Now last Sunday I took Jackie to the airport in Orlando, and she flew into Manchester, New Hampshire for the Christmas holiday. And the Tuesday before that, I came down with the flu. and I wasn't diagnosed, but you know, sore throat, cough, body aches, tired all the time. Well, like I say, that was Tuesday, and Tuesday rolled around again a week later, and I was still feeling ill. And you know, we're way into Saturday, and I'm just getting out and about, and I don't want to overdo it, but so I've been laid up nearly 2 weeks, and I never did plan to go to New Hampshire with her. Figure we'll put her on a plane. I'll stay here with a camper. Technically, at 1,000 Trails Park or an Aqua Park, you're not supposed to leave your camper unattended. So, if you're taking up a space in the system, they want you to be there, or else put it in storage. So, anyway, I'm going to take a walk today. It's about 75 degrees. It's overcast, but not fully overcast. Partly sunny, I guess I would call it. And I want to get out and take a walk. I brought some water with me, and I'll stay hydrated. But I'm still stuffy. Once in a while I can still have a coughing fit, but I think I'm on the back side of this now. Thought I'd get out and get some exercise in and take you along. Yeah, I really like the color scheme on this fifth wheel, this Alpine. It's got triple air conditioners. It's not really that long, and I think it's even shorter than ours. Ours is 37 foot. That one's even shorter than ours, I believe. But a pretty rig. Now the pool area seems very quiet. It's about 4:19 in the afternoon on a Saturday. Pretty little garden here. But there are some folks over there playing pickleball. You know, a lot of people say timing is everything, and luckily we've been at the same park all the while I've been ill, so we haven't had to move, and that's glorious timing. It would have been really bad to have to move while I was feeling down, but would have done it if I had to, and we have friends close by too that if I really was laid up could help us out. So anyway, you know, once in a while, even a blind squirrel finds an acorn. Oh, we'll take this trail over to the other section by the pickleball court. Well, we do have a little marshy area down in here. We stayed in that site right there where that Class A is one time last year. Never did see a gator here. This was the site where this rut here, you can see they've got stone in it now, but it's all washed out again. People driving on it. This is where I twisted my ankle. Not real bad, but when we were setting up, when we first got here, you see how deep that rut is. And the kids they didn't like riding their bikes on the cobblestones, so they would cut down this grass, but we were parked a lot closer this way, and they were coming really close to the campers, so I ended up blocking it off, trying to keep the kids out of there. I had to speak to a couple of them a couple of times. And right there in that rut, it looks like a plastic bag, maybe a dog poop bag. Anyway, it ended up being a decent site. Once we picked up all the trash and stomped the ruts down, you know, blocked off that section so the kids couldn't ride through there. I was afraid they were going to hit the camper. Plus, you know, we're hooked up on that side too. We made the best of it. It was a good spot overall. I've had worse. Here we have a good looking Jayco Seneca Super C. Jackie and I have looked at a few of those, and they're really set up nice inside, some of them anyway. That's a bigger one, so I imagine it's pretty nice in there. The black decal scheme on the side of this, around the windows, kind of makes it look like a Brinkley. Think that's by accident? What do you think? Taking bets on that one. Over here behind the pool and clubhouse in the 800 section is the lake. Pretty nice, beautiful. It's like glass out there. Nice day. First time I've walked down here. I've heard people come down here and they park their golf carts, or they sit out here and watch rocket launches over on the Space Coast. Imagine you could probably see the Disney fireworks here as well. We haven't done it yet. It's always a first time. Got some shuffle boards over here. 8 of them. 4 here. 4 here. Shot of the 800 section pool. Community fire pit down there. Some nice benches. And horseshoe pits. At least one. It looks like they used to have 2, but well, they've still got one, it looks like. Another east-west fifth wheel with that Brinkley decal scheme. Not to be fooled, this one is a proper Brinkley. Encore Park, Lake Magic. I went ahead and cleaned up the site. Here's my take. A gazillion cigarette butts all over the place. Picked them up one at a time, of course. And score, a little S-hook. I'll keep that and find a use for it or give it away. And this is an old small miniature screwdriver, like for eyeglasses or whatever, that was right in the tire track. So that is a tire getter for sure, but it's all rusted up. It's no good. I'm going to get rid of it. Make campsites clean again. MCCA Mecca. If we all do our part, we'll all have a better camping experience. If you've enjoyed watching this video, please like and subscribe. And also, click on the bell icon. That way you'll be notified when new material hits our channel. From Rohn and Jacki at HEISTMAN'S Hit the Road, have a great day, and thanks for watching.